Hey guys, what's up? It is Coop Dizzle here, and welcome to another episode on the StreamCraft Snapshot Vanilla server. And oh, what's happening? The rain just went away. That is perfect. So that means it is another beautiful day on the Snapshot server. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out. We have got a great episode planned for today, and I said that. There we go. I said that at the beginning of the last episode, but today I came prepared, and we have got some really cool things to do. We've got to, number one, we've got to finish up these roads. Now, last episode I wanted to do roads and walls, and we're going to wait on the walls because I just got sick of landscaping, and I will get to it pretty soon, I promise, but I just want to get some other stuff done, and I want to get our first farm going. But anyway, so we're going to finish up the roads first. That'll be real easy. And then this is new from the last episode, that circle in the middle. Let me just pop down there real quick, and you guys can check it out here. Alright, so yeah, this little central area here is going to be creepy noise. Those things should only happen in caves. But yeah, this is going to be our plaza area for the city. And that's going to be the thing we're going to do. That'll be a really pretty thing. We're going to put a fountain in the middle, and that fountain one day is going to be really important. I'm not giving away anything yet. And then we have an epic build planned for the end of the episode, which is going to be our first farm. In fact, it's going to look something like this. And I'm not totally giving away what this is yet. Frame rate drop. I'm still loading in the world. But anyway, it's going to be a really cool project, guys, so I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, that's going to be really, really cool. Let's see. I need to go sleep real quick. We'll just pop right over here. So yeah, the last episode, I feel kind of bad about how that episode turned out. There we go. Because I really did have big plans for it, and it was a productive episode. My gosh, let me turn down these chickens here. We got friendly creatures. That's better. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I feel pretty bad about how that turned out, and even though it was productive, haven't done anything with those villagers yet, but that's going to come later. But this time I have come prepared. I did a solid day and a half of work, guys, just collecting resources and planning and stuff like that. And check it out. We have all of this sandstone here just for the project to finish the roads. So I'm going to, let's just do it like this, scoop a bunch of this stuff up. I have no idea how much we'll need, but hopefully that's enough. So I'm going to get cracking on it, guys, and I will see you when that is completed. Well, check it out, guys. The roads are completed. And you know, it really didn't take that long to do. So I got into a pretty good rhythm, and it just got done, so that was cool. I hope you enjoyed the little time lapse of that. I think that one will turn out pretty good, but yeah, I like it. It's unique, and I never see this combination used for roads, but I think that nether brick and sandstone, I think they go together really well. So anyway, let's pop down here, and I will talk about the next project. That is project 1 of 3 completed for this episode. So yeah, we're really cracking on. I was talking earlier about how I felt kind of bad about how the last episode turned out, because I had, man, there's that creepy noise again. I had such big plans, and then I felt like I wasn't able to deliver. So I really wanted to come out of the gate real strong for this episode and just kick some butt, you know. But anyway, so we're going to get on with it. Yeah, I'd say from the ground level, this is looking really good too. So anyway, the next thing we're going to get done here is this little plaza area here in the center. I want to pretty this up. In the next episode, we're going to be doing a server tour. And yeah, I just want this place to look really cool when we finally get to it. So we are going to get on with this plaza here in the middle. And here are some of the materials that we're going to be using. where basically what we're going to do is we're going to build a fountain in the middle of this thing. And it's going to be a little bit weird of a fountain. Again, I mentioned this a couple episodes ago when we made the tower, but because I wanted that elevator to be fast, it meant that it had to be a 2-wide elevator, which means that the roads and everything else has to be an even number. Now later we're going to build a mega structure, our first farm in the base, and that's not going to be even numbered, but the roads and kind of everything about the I guess the infrastructure and then also this plaza has to be even numbered. So anyway, the fountain is 2 by 2, and we're gonna make it look really nice with lots of bushes and things. And then around the outside of the plaza, like, we're gonna have bushes here with glowstone lighting underneath, and then we're gonna have some trees, a couple of trees in each corner, with a fence surrounding the whole thing. So I think it's going to turn out really good, and I'm a little bit torn on the fence design, so I'm going to do a couple of different designs. In fact, I think before I do the fountain, I'm going to just do this outside bit first, and then I'm going to bring you guys back in, show you the 2 different fence designs, and then you guys can kind of vote on it, because I honestly don't know, and either way is fine with me, but I could really use some input on that little detail. And the fountain itself is going to be made out of quartz, so I don't know, just because we're baller like that, we're going to use expensive blocks for our plaza and make it look right. So let's go ahead and scoop up the jungle leaves, oak saplings. Let's see, I'll need some glass. We're going to make some tall trees. Glowstone, yes. Redstone? No, not yet. Yeah, we'll need vines, we'll need the stone bricks, and the andesite, and the iron bars. Why do I have these coal blocks, or coal blocks? I don't know. And then we'll get some plants, stick a few plants down. So anyway, yeah guys, it's going to be good. I want this to look just super pretty and just be a really nice centerpiece for the base. So yeah, give me a couple minutes to work on this, and I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Well guys, we're back, and check it out. This thing looks pretty cool, and now we've got something to kind of, I don't know, that tower's not just standing out by itself now, which is pretty cool. And the inside of this thing looks pretty nice, I think. So yeah, just checking it out. Now it's going to be even better once we get that water fountain in the middle. But yeah, I kind of tried to go through here and just a couple of things on the trees. We're going to be doing this in our custom forest as well. Getting some of these vines here and kind of wrapping them around like I tried to do. Yeah, that one's, I tried to randomize it, like this one is the same on these 2 sides and the same on the other 2 sides, and then you come over here and that's probably the tallest one I did, and then it kind of slopes down like this, so it's lower here, higher here, higher here. And I looked at pictures on the internet of forests, and I saw one where the trees were like that. They kind of had this moss building up around them, and I thought that the vines kind of helped it look like moss. So I wish I had some more of those, oh, it's right here. I wish I had some more of these really tall flowers, but I was kind of limited, so I used some ferns, but the ferns kind of blend in a little too much, and tried to add just a little bit of flower life and stuff to it. And yeah, there's some glowstone lighting under here, so it should be nice and lit up on at nighttime. And of course this whole area is spawn proof, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. Real quick, I just wanted to show you guys this in case you're new to Minecraft. But there's a little trick here, and to basically grow tall trees. So let me get this out, get that, okay. So basically, let's see, I want that sapling right, nope, right there. Okay, so if you want to grow a tall tree, like these are all tall trees, right? Well, this isn't a guaranteed thing, but instead of just bone mealing a sapling to make it grow, you build this little enclosure around it, and it seems to work best if you use glass. I remember doing this in my single player with dirt, and it didn't work at all. But here, like, I'm using glass, which is what I do in creative mode, and it seems to work half the time or more. So anyway, you just build a little cage 1 block off the ground, and then we'll proceed to bone meal it. Hopefully we'll get lucky and get a nice tall tree. Yeah, buddy, that's what I'm talking about. That was perfect demonstration. So thank you, Minecraft, for making it look like I know what I'm talking about. And anyway, we'll probably go through here, and like I said, I'll go ahead and do this on camera real quick. We'll just go through here and add some vines like so. Let's see, this one's pretty tall. Let's go ahead and make it 5. So right here we'll go like 4. Okay. No, there's 3. So 3, 4. We'll make this one a little bit. Come on, a little bit lower. And we'll go ahead and keep this one at 3 as well, like that. Okay. Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. Now I'm not too happy with the leaves up there, so I think what we'll go ahead and do is grab my ender pearls, put this up, we'll grab some oak leaves. Let's just pop up there real quick and start randomly. Let's see, where can I get to? Like here? Okay, start putting down some bushes here. Oh, let's go ahead and get down here. Okay, so we'll just start doing that. Oh, there we go, that'll work. So I at least want to cover up all the logs, and just put a little bit, I guess, around the logs. I don't know. I don't really like for them to be visible, except for maybe, come on. Playing with a touchpad is so annoying sometimes, guys. But anyway, I don't want the logs to be visible, I guess. I'm just going to scaffold out here a little bit. It's starting to, there we go, starting to get kind of hard to place these. There we go. Okay. So, let's see. There's that one. And even these, like, yeah, it's the bottom and everything, but that's a little too tall for where I want these to be visible at. I kind of only want the lower branches to be visible. Otherwise, I kind of want them hidden behind leaves. So that's what we're just doing here. Alright, so give me a second to finish this up. I'll see you when it's done. So yeah, if you remember what that looked like a second ago before we went up there, I'd say that looks a little bit better. The only thing I don't like is there's you can kind of see a pattern there, so it didn't do too good of a job of that. Let's just switch that up here, a little bush placement here and there, and that's already looking a little bit better. Maybe a little bit better. Let me see, cover that up maybe, and something like that, so it's not, okay. Yeah, that's still a little bit more, I don't know, not symmetrical, but there's a little more of a pattern there than what I would like to see, but you get the idea. It's not so exposed now, it doesn't look so bare. So anyway, guys, I would say, well, this is looking kind of weird, isn't it? I have a few more leaves, not a whole lot, but yeah, here, a tree, you can have these. You need them. Alright, yep, nope, like that, like that. Okay, that's better. So anyway, guys, yeah, I apologize for my low frame rate. I'm gonna see if I can look into that before I start recording again tomorrow, but the next thing we're gonna have to do is actually build the fountain in here, and I would kind of take you through that a little bit more than just doing the little montage thing, but to be honest, I'm gonna have to kind of go back and forth from the creative build to this. It's not a very it's not like the mega structure that we're going to be building over there in a minute. It's more like ornate and stuff like that, and I want to make sure I get it right. So give me just a second. Let me go ahead and build up this fountain. I'll come show you the final product on the plaza here. Alright guys, check it out. Look at it. It's looking pretty good, I think. And you know what? By the time this video comes out, a lot of you are going to be like, dang, Coop, it's about time you put out a video. And yeah, I'll explain some of that here in just a second, but anyway, let's take a look at this thing. It is looking really nice, and I think it makes a great centerpiece for the town. Now doing this was a bit of a challenge just because it's really hard to get a fountain design that is like 2 by 2. Most of them are kind of like they have like a 1 block at the top, or they're something like that. Like if it's an odd number, it's a lot easier to work with. So this was a little bit of a challenge, but I think I got something that I'm happy with. And oh, let's pick those up. I just put that water back in place there. Yeah, so we got a little bit of glowstone up here to give some lighting, and there's some bushes that kind of drape over the top of this little ornate thing. Of course, this whole thing is surrounded by hedges and trees and stuff like that. Now, I think I mentioned that I needed your help in deciding something, and in case I didn't do this in the last video, this fence option over here, I'm kind of leaning towards this one more right now. I feel like this looks more like a fencing. We'll call that option A. And then there's the stone brick option over here. And again, they both look pretty good, but again, just give me some help in the comments there. But moving on, yeah, I mean, this really, kind of the only thing I regret about it, I think, is when we get over here, it kind of obscures the tower quite a bit with these massive trees, but on the other hand, that's going to be really cool, you know, because it's just kind of something, it's like a little detail hiding back there, and whenever you come around, yeah, it just kind of comes into view, which I think is really nice. So anyway, we are going to get on to our next big build, but first I wanted to show you some stuff I've been doing off camera. Whenever the 1.8 release came out, I was one of those people, and maybe you were too, but I started having major problems with frame rate issues. And when I'm not recording, it's still pretty playable most of the time, but a lot of times it's kind of like in the 20s, maybe 30s, and I can't record like that, no way. So anyway, luckily a couple of times recently it's been pretty good, like in the 90s, 100s, stuff like that. And so I thought, you know what, let's get back on here. It's been 3 weeks since my last cut, and I need to make some progress on this video. But I was doing some off-camera stuff too. Man, I just really love having something else in here finally. But anyway, check this out. Now you may remember earlier in this video that this side was a wall. And so let's just pop over here real quick. And so what I did was I cleared this entire thing out. Okay, so like where the stone brick is, that shows you where the terrain was. I cleared all of it out, and I pushed it back quite a ways, and then I tapered it up like that. And I also did some of that over here as well. So now we've got some hills that run along. They're going to run along outside the wall. This is where our wall is going to go. And yeah, so it's looking pretty good. Now, well, it's not in render view yet, but on the other side it's still a wall, so I've still got quite a work to do. And this was a really big project all by itself. Oh, I hear a bad guy. But if I just hop over this hill here, I think we're going to see a river. Yep, this river was not here before. And you can tell it's not like a naturally generated river because it changes elevations. So normally what I do when I find a dry riverbed is I just kind of cut everything to water level and then go from there and just fill it in. But I didn't want to do that this time. It actually looks kind of weird when you try to do that. I found that out when I made the Dragon Bucks Tower. So instead I just kind of went with more of the natural elevation and tried to make it look kind of interesting. I didn't do any like beautification as far as adding plants and things, and I like to do that at a later point. I did add a little waterfall coming down from here. I think the way the water flows looks pretty good, but at some point I want to come back through here and add like some stonework and some plants and things, make it look more interesting along the bank here. But I do at some point want to get the entire this entire area, because this is going to be a custom biome, right? And I want to have this river be a natural divider. So that's what's up with that. And anyway, so let's go take a little peek at what we're going to do next. We got one more big build because I want this episode to be absolutely amazing. Especially since you guys are waiting so long for it. And big thanks if you've stuck with me through this wait period. In addition to the frame rate issues, you know, life has been really crazy with the school year getting started up, that means work is starting for me again. Also, my wife recently had her double mastectomy, and she is recovering from that surgery as well. So it has been hectic, guys, but thanks for hanging in there, and hopefully this episode is well worth the wait. We did the roads, did a little landscaping over there that I just showed off. We got our central plaza here, and now it is epic build time. And this, what I showed you at the very beginning of the episode, this is where it's going to go. But these things are going to be absolutely massive. I kind of showed you in the creative world at the beginning of the episode. A couple of things are different. Instead of stained clay, I'm going to be using melons here. And then instead of orange stained clay, I'll be using pumpkins, regular pumpkins. But yeah, we are getting started. And here's the inside of that building. It's going to be this farm right here. And let me see if I can just pillar up. This is a farm design by Nims TV, and this is oh, did it just harvest? I don't know. No, this is activating something. Anyway, sorry, let's hop down here. Okay, so anyway, this is for sure, I think, the best melon farm that I have seen to date. And basically what it's based on, okay, is we've got each one of these stems, when it's fully grown, is going to harvest 3 to 4 times per hour, roughly. And this one next to it will also harvest 3 to 4 times per hour, which means that this one block, out of this one block, we're going to get 6 to 8 pumpkins per hour. And so if you multiply that by 4, we're looking at 24 to 32 pumpkins per hour per level. And this thing's going to be a good 8 to 10 levels high, so we're going to be swimming in pumpkins and melons, which will be really awesome. And the design itself is really easy. I'm not going to go into the details of how the design works because I will put a link to Nim's video on it in the description, and you should definitely go check that out. Part of me wanted to use a Sumavoid's tower, but I've seen that done already in a few Let's Plays, not including his, of course, and this one actually I think is going to be a better design. I think it's going to produce more for us. So anyway, the next thing I'm going to do, guys, I need to get on with it. So next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a little cut, and I'm going to get all this stuff made, the farm itself made, and then we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse just showing me building around the farms to beautify it. So I've got tons of materials. I'm going to make some more sticky pistons. I think that's all I'm short on. Whoop. And yeah, but I've got lots of building materials, and I'm just going to get on with it. So I'm going to get these things built, and I will see you in a second. Well, guys, here we go. Ready for the reveal. I got some stuff done, and check it out. I tell you what, that is going to be awesome when it's finished. It's already added so much to the skyline, but once we get the shell built around it, it's going to look really cool. And I'm going to show you more about that here in a second. But you may have noticed something else too. Earlier in the episode, I showed you where I pushed back all that terrain. The stone brick shows you where the hill was, and of course I had already chopped through that just to be able to get the circle and flatten out the inside of the city. But we're going to build walls as well, and I want to be able to walk on the outside of the walls. So yeah, so I pushed that back several blocks, and then I had to reshape the land, and I showed you all that. Well, unfortunately, my wife was hospitalized the last 3 days. She had a infection after her operation. But the good thing is that I was able to catch up on some of my building a little bit, and I didn't want to do any more on this because I didn't want to leave you guys out of the process, but I did go ahead and reshape the land over here. So you could see where that was, and let's go get a closer look at that. That'll work. Here we go, and yeah, so you can see this was a massive wall, and I said this was going to be even harder than the other side was to do. Creepy noises. And anyway, so yeah, I just cleared all this stuff out. Oh, that's bothering me. I'm going to have to go get that in a minute. But yeah, and all of this originally, like you can tell, this was a hill because of the stone here, and originally so was all of this too, up until pretty close to the top of that. So I had to come through and replace all of that with dirt and start making it look more like, you know, natural hills, and I tried to do the best job I could. And right here you can see this is where I've come through with my pick of destiny here and just started chopping away at that. So that is really loud. Is that how, what is that, ambient noises? Let's see, video, no, not video settings, music and sounds, that would be blocks. Oh, no wonder. Alright, let's turn that down just in case I need to do some more block breaking later on. But anyway, so yeah, and eventually what I'll do is I'll just come back through here and just fill all of this in. Whoops, like so. Keep it. Okay. So yeah, anyway, let's get on with the farm here. I just wanted to kind of show you guys that I made a little bit of progress on that, which is exciting because that means pretty soon we're going to be able to do the walls and the forest soon after that, which will be pretty neat. But yeah, this thing is working like a charm. I really loved it. The only thing that's different from the layout that I showed you before was the water placement. And if you do go to Nim's tutorial on this farm, which I think it's a great farm, I don't know if it quite gets the rates that he says that it should, but it is getting a lot of resources nonetheless. And but the one thing that's different is that in his video he shows you the water placement being here under the glass, and when you stack it up you're not able to do that. If you were to put the water here, it would fall down and break your redstone. And so download the world. There's a link to download his world for the farm, and it actually shows you that he can put the water placement like this on the corners, and that hydrates all of the soil and makes it so you can stack it. You don't have to add an extra layer of blocks. And this is 8 layers high each. So in the time that I was doing all of that work over there, this is what we have collected. Oh, nothing in there. There we go. Almost a full double chest of melons now. And I think it'll be this one over here. Yeah, over a row of pumpkins. So that is fantastic. That is going to be plenty of pumpkins. But yeah, guys, and check it out. From over here, I wish I could get rid of this rain. But from over here, this is looking a lot cooler already with the little plaza that we did earlier, and the tower in the background, and now we've got the this, and of course, like I said, that shell is going to make a big difference. It's going to make it look a little Tim Burton-y, which is not the plan for this whole city, but I do think it's going to look cool. So anyway, guys, it is epic build time. So let me get my resources together, and we're going to do a little time lapse of this one. I think it will turn out really good. So I hope you enjoy it. Well, it's done, guys. Check it out. We've got our melon tower and our pumpkin tower, and I think it turned out pretty good. I kind of like how they look like, you know, buildings. Maybe not conventional buildings that you would find in a city, but they kind of look like it. You've got the little windows here, and again, it kind of looks like something out of a Tim Burton movie, but I quite like how it turned out. I think at some point I might want to add something here. In fact, I forgot that I wanted to do that, but maybe a tree or just, I don't know, something. And anyway, yeah, it's generating tons of resources. I took a bunch of melons out here, and they're already kind of filling up again, but I turned those into, well, melons. So watermelons I turned into melons. And yeah, we got almost 2 more stacks of pumpkins, so that's excellent. And basically I wanted to get that done so that I could make tons and tons of jack-o'-lanterns, excuse me. Anyway, so I wanted to make tons and tons of jack-o'-lanterns so that we could spawn-proof the base and yeah, get it nice and lit up. So that'll be good. I got to get a bunch of wool for that first. But anyway, in the next episode, I think what I'd like to do is do a server tour of StreamCraft and kind of go check out the spawn town and all the important locations and a couple of the other bases. I don't know where all the bases are, but the ones I know about, we'll go check it out so you can see all of that cool stuff. And I've also got a special prank in mind, so we're going to get into that. I've never done a prank before, but that'll be fun. And anyway, yeah, for episode 11 though, let me know what you'd like to do next, because we're at a point where we could go any one of a few ways. We could put the walls down, which I would kind of like to do. I'd like to get rid of this floating stone brick stuff, replace it with walls, and so we could do that. That'll be an epic build. We could also start on the forest technically, and we wouldn't do the entire forest because that's a really long-term project, but we could do the pathway from the nether portal all the way up to where the entrance of the base is going to be. That would be a really good project and another epic project. We could also possibly start, now that we have the plaza done, we could start on the underground portion of our base, which will be really cool too. So yeah, I think I'm up for any of those projects. Let me know what you'd like to see for episode 11. I will try to get the episode 10 out within a week or so you won't have to wait a whole month for episode 10. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me through what is definitely a challenging and difficult time. And yeah, thanks for understanding. I hope that this episode was worth the wait. And yeah, we sure got a lot done between the roads and the plaza and this melon farm. It was definitely action-packed, and I had a great time working on it. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and you can catch future episodes working on our awesome ultimate master base here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out. Until next time, may you be happy, may you be well, and take care. We'll see you later.